Hello guys, today we are doing sigma notation. So there's a few things you need to know before we engage with the sum. So you need to know that this number, the top number, they represent the last value that we must substitute to k, and the bottom number represent the first number that we must substitute in the value of k, right? And to find the number of terms for this sigma notation or for this series, you need to say top minus bottom plus 1. Then you'll find the number of terms. So the question for this sigma is find p. So how do you find p? The first thing that you need to do is substitute by starting with 1. So our let me just write here. Our series would be p times 2 raised by 1 minus 1, which is 1 in the same as, because the numerator, not the exponent there, will give you 0. So any number raised by 0, the answer is 1. So we have 1p, which is the first term of the series. And then you have to substitute again the next term, 1 minus 2. And then you'll find the value, which is p times 2 raised by minus 1, which is 1 and the same as 1 all over 2p. Right, continue. The last term that must be substituted is 3, which is our next term, p times 2 raised by 1 minus 3, which is equal to p times 2 raised by minus 2, which is 1 and the same as 1 all over 4p. So the first three terms of this series are 1p, next one is half p, and then it's 1 all over 4p. So what this sigma notation is telling us is that if you add all of these terms, you must find 28. So we must equate to 28, because the sum starting from 1 ending by 3, the sum of all these terms, they must give you 28. So the actual value, if you add all of these numbers, you will find 7 all over 4, which is equal to, 7 all over 4p is equal to 28. And then you need to divide by 7 all over 4 on both sides. And then your final answer will be p is equal to 16. So that's how you find the value of p. Right, so let's have a look at the next one. Example number 2 under sigma notation. So the second one, determine the value of m. This one will be a bit long. It will require a lot of my space there. Alright, find m. So what the first thing that you need to do whenever you do math sums, you must be aware what you are calculating. So in this case, you must find m. So what is m? M can only be included in the equation that says top minus bottom, in this case is 1, plus 1 is equal to the number of terms. So it's equal to the number of terms. How many terms do we have? So minus 1 plus 1 gives you m. Minus 1 plus 1 gives you 0, and then we are left with m is equal to the number of terms. Number of terms. So a number of terms are represented by m. So by just identifying the value of m, you know we are just looking for m. So now we know what we are looking for. Let's now have a look at the first three terms of the series. It's highly important to just know the first three terms so that you know the type of the series. So let's substitute there. this will be 7. You need to substitute the first value. Plus 5 is equal to, so 7 times 1, which is 7, and the answer there is 14. Sorry, the answer is 12. Right, and then 7 times 2 plus 5. Hey, I was thinking about this 14 here. So 7 times 2 is 14 plus 5, which is equal to 19. So the second term is 19. 7 times 3 plus 5 is equal to 7 times 3 is 21 plus 5, which is equal to 26. So your first 3 terms that you are working with are 12. Since it's a series, you must put an addition there. 19 plus 26. They continue up until we substitute m. Alright, so we know the series now, and we know that we are looking for the number of terms. So what can we use for the number of terms? The formula for a sum. First, you need to know what type of a series is this one. So if you minus T2, just do it here, T2 minus T1, which is 19 minus 12. What's the answer there? 7. Or if you can just say 26 minus 19, you'll find 7. So we know this is an arithmetic sequence because the difference is the first difference is constant, which is 7. So since this is a sum, I need to use the formula for a sum, n all over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Remember, we are looking for n, which represent the number of terms. Remember, we said m represent the number of terms. So what is the sum? The sum is given. The value of the sum is 1. 1287 is equal to n all over 2. This will require a lot of my space, so let's just continue. The first term is 12 plus 12 minus, the number of terms, we don't know the number of terms, mistake there, minus 1, the difference is 7. Alright, I'm running out of space there. So it's 1287 is equal to n divided by 2 into 24 plus, you need to multiply by 7 there, which is 7n, multiply there, which is minus 7, and then like terms, 24 minus 7, you'll find that 17 plus 7n is what is left on the bracket there, equal to n divided by 2, 1287 on the left hand side. Right, so now you can just multiply by 2 on both sides. Multiply by 2, and on this side your answer will be 2574 if you multiply this number by 2. So I've done that on separately. Right, equal to, now 2, there's no more 2, now we have n into 17 plus 7n. Right, you need to multiply by the value of n to get rid of the bracket there. So you have 17n plus 7n. On the left hand side we still have 2574. So now I'm running out of space. So this will be 17. There's a square there. Right, this will be, if we were to write it in a standard form, 7n squared plus 17n minus 2574 4. Can I write on the side? Can I continue here? And then this is our 0 is equal to, this is our standard formula, standard form, n plus 17n minus 2574. If I were you, I would just go straight to the quadratic formula, which is the simplest one. Or alternatively, you can find the factors. But first thing that you need to do is to check whether all these numbers are divisible by 7. If they are, then you need to write this into a standard form. So since we didn't do it, we can just simply write the factors. The factors are 7m plus 143 multiplied by m minus 18. So 7 possible, so answers are 7m is equal to minus 143 divide by 7 on both sides, so m is equal to minus 143 divided by 7, or m is equal to 18. So there's no way that the number of terms can be negative, so we reject this one, and then this is our answer, which is 18. The value of m is equal to 18.